Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Tyler. You can call me Coach Ty. I'm going to talk to you about the problems with the fitness industry. Let's get into it. So, I'm going to go over the history of fitness real quick. The books say it starts in Greece, but I'm pretty sure other people were doing it too. And this was for mainly like the military, for games, sports, things like that. Even the women were involved. So, this is where people first started training together in Greece and other ancient places. I'm not going to just say Greece because that's weird. But the word gym comes from a Greek word. So there's that. And then over time, I think Germany started a gym, and then bodybuilding started to become popular. Bodybuilding and TV became popular around the same time. That is where I think things started to get jumbled up, because when fitness first started, it was educational. It was to be fit enough to do the things that you want and need to do. And then it became vanity because of TV, because of beauty standards, things like that. And so this is not just now. Like, we know it happens now, but this is the beginning of the 1900s. This happened. So this is happening. I think a lot of people were too poor to care about how they look like, for the most part. But a lot of the people who had money were able to think about that more. And so then it became a commodity. So industrialization made it so that now more people, the gap is closing between the classes. So now more people are getting in on things. More people are buying TVs. More people are doing things that rich people used to do. So now they're getting in on it, and they want to also look a certain way and fit the trend that's happening at the time. All right, I'm going to skip into the 80s because I feel like the 80s is where I feel more comfortable speaking on, starting from. The 80s was toxic. I wasn't born in the 80s, but I did research, and you can see the women in the 80s are going through a hard time with their bodies. Like, they even look somewhat malnourished. And if you watch 80s TV, you can see that they talk about their bodies in a negative way very, very often, which transcends into the 90s, and where men started talking more about women's bodies and their own bodies too, but mostly women. So then you get TV, celebrities, right? Look, beauty standards, and then you start getting exercise on TV, right? 80s was big on aerobics exercise, Jane Fonda, and now it's become more and more accessible and more of a fad, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think it becomes bad because people are doing it to look a certain way that they may not ever look like. Eating disorders, right? A lot of eating disorders in the 80s and 90s. Lots and lots of them. Even the people on TV probably had eating disorders. And it gets to a point where now 90s is happening in the internet, okay? So YouTube made it even more accessible for people once internet became a thing. Like, TV had to work its way into a normal person's life, and now you have on-demand exercises. So now I even have people like me talking to you directly instead of just working out with you. Now I'm giving you my thoughts, I'm giving you my philosophies, I'm giving you advice that you can take or not take. But a lot of people, if they look a certain way, they're listened to more. So if I got really jacked, I'm fit. But if I got like jacked and yoked and like showed my body off to you and then said all these things, some people may look at me differently and like really take in what I'm saying in a way that they wouldn't if I didn't do those things. And I don't do those things on purpose because I would like to work with people who are not in it for the quick ticket to look a certain way. I don't work well with those people, so I'm not going to sell my body that way. But that's what started to happen. People are selling their body. So now people aren't buying the journey. They're buying the outcome. And it's funny because I'm starting this business. I'm getting help. I'm trying to find people who do fitness businesses to help me. And so many of them told me, like, hey, don't sell the journey, sell the destination. So if I'm selling a flight to Hawaii, don't sell the flight there, sell the pool at the hotel at the beach at Hawaii with a cocktail, right? That's what people want to hear. But that seems wrong to me. Like, unless I'm going to help you with like knee pain or back pain, or help you get your first push-up or first burpee, like performance stuff, yes, we will talk about the destination. But if you're really looking forward to creating a healthy lifestyle for yourself revolving around movement and exercise and more activity, I'm not going to sell you a destination, because the destination changes throughout the whole journey. Like, we want to build a lifestyle, and I don't think the fitness industry shows that as much. Now, they talk about it, they say it, lifestyle, but they don't act upon it. They still sell to people who want the destination. And that's fine. That's the hustle. It's a hustle. I get it. And the problem is, too, is not just the fitness coaches and the people who are doing the selling. It's the buyers. The buyers are in charge of the market, right? Now I'm using business words. Look at me, business person. But the buyers, you are part of the power of business, right? Without you, there is no business. There is no Hollywood. There is no nothing. No consumers, no nothing. So if consumers are giving their attention and their money to people who are selling the destination, then that's what's going to continue to sell. That's the toxic relationship between the buyer and the seller in the fitness industry. So it's not just the seller, because they're doing what they need to do. And it's not just the consumer, right? If we decided, hey, we're all going to stop all this toxic talk around fitness and actually help people with the journey, and not talk about the destination and not talk about the results, then consumers would have no choice but to listen, and they would start to get it, because we would all have our different philosophies and our styles of saying it. But that's not going to be the case, and it's not the case, and probably never will be. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm here, and that's why I am going to talk about the journey, the consistency. And that's not sexy to a lot of people. They don't want to hear about the plane ride to Hawaii. They want to talk about what happened in Hawaii. Well, guess what? Hawaii, for my clients, is the journey. Like, that's what that's going to be about. And I think that's the main issue with the fitness industry, is that they say enjoy the journey, but they don't show it. They don't talk about it. That's not something they harp on. They're saying that, but they're over here talking about how they're going to transform your body from this to this, right? There's an end goal in mind. And what happens when there's an end goal? The journey's over, right? So the big problems with the fitness industry is that they rely too much on aesthetic results, and not enough on the journey. And that becomes toxic, because then people start craving it. If someone can't afford a trainer, for example, they're going to do everything they can they're going to soak up all this information, they're going to be doing all this stuff, and then they're going to go to extremes to lose weight that aren't sustainable. That's another problem. So the advice isn't sustainable. You're telling people to quit everything they know and just do a 180, a 360. And not every coach does this, obviously. Like, there are good coaches out there who do care about the journey. But that's just not what sells. And it's not their fault. It's the consumer's fault. So that's my 2 cents on the fitness industry. and why it's so toxic. It's no longer educational, and it's no longer focused on actual fitness. It's focused on physique. Physique and fitness are different. They're not the same thing at all. Like, yeah, they can play into each other. Like, if you're a long distance runner, you might have the physique of a long distance runner after a long time of doing it, right? Or your physique helps you do certain exercises better than someone who has a different physique. Yeah, so sure, like, you know, dancers, like, there's no dancer body. That's the thing. There's no dancer body. Now, if you are in a specific type of dance, they might seek out a specific type of body. That's a different conversation. So there's no combining of the fitness and the physique. There are two separate things. So if you want to work on physique, that's great, that's fine, but that's not fitness. And I think the fitness industry has turned into the physique industry. So it's no longer the fitness industry. Or maybe now they're two separate things. So that's my 2 cents, and that is what's wrong with the fitness industry today in 2024.